What if I told you that the key to overcoming life's obstacles lies in your mind's adaptability? Welcome to the fascinating world of psychological flexibility. This is a robust concept that goes beyond the confines of psychology and permeates every aspect of our daily lives. We often encounter situations that require us to adapt, change our perspective, or make tough decisions. This is where psychological flexibility comes into play. It's the ability to adapt to shifting circumstances, to change our course when needed, and to balance our thoughts and actions according to our values and goals. Imagine being in a fast-paced environment where situations are constantly changing. This could be in your personal life, your career, or even in the midst of a challenging conversation. What will help you navigate these scenarios effectively? It's psychological flexibility. It allows us to face and understand our thoughts and feelings without letting them control our actions. Psychological flexibility is not just about being resilient in the face of adversity. It's about being open to change, being aware of the present moment, and taking action that aligns with our values. It's about embracing the complexity of human life while also making room for growth and transformation. Now let's briefly touch on the 6 core processes that underpin psychological flexibility. These are acceptance, cognitive diffusion, being present, self as context, values, and committed action. Each of these processes plays a crucial role in enabling us to adapt, change, and grow in the face of life's challenges. Acceptance allows us to embrace our experiences without judgment. Cognitive diffusion helps us to detach from intrusive thoughts. Being present enables us to fully engage with the here and now. Self as context helps us understand that we are more than the sum of our thoughts and feelings. Values guide our actions and give our lives direction. Lastly, committed action is about taking steps that align with our values even when it's difficult. Psychological flexibility is not just a concept, but a skill that can be cultivated and improved over time. So let's delve deeper into this intriguing subject and unlock the potential to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. Now let's dive into how psychological flexibility forms the backbone of acceptance and commitment therapy. Acceptance and commitment therapy, often abbreviated as ACT, is a type of cognitive behavioral therapy that employs mindfulness and acceptance strategies mixed in various ways with commitment and behavior change strategies. In simpler terms, it's a therapeutic approach that encourages us to embrace our thoughts and feelings rather than fighting or feeling guilty for them. At the core of ACT is the concept of psychological flexibility. This is the ability to stay in contact with the present moment, regardless of unpleasant thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations, while choosing one's behaviors based on the situation and personal values. It's about learning to accept the reality of our internal experiences, our thoughts, feelings, memories, and bodily sensations, without needless defense, and committing to action that improves and enriches our lives. Now you might ask, how does ACT use psychological flexibility? Well, it does so by helping individuals to accept their thoughts and feelings rather than trying to change or avoid them. ACT teaches that while we can't control every aspect of our inner world, we can control how we respond to it. By accepting our thoughts and feelings, we free ourselves from the struggle with them, allowing us to focus on taking action towards a meaningful life. ACT also helps individuals define their values, those aspects of life that are truly meaningful and important to them. It then encourages them to commit to actions that align with these values, fostering a sense of purpose and direction. This is where the commitment in acceptance and commitment therapy comes in. In essence, AET uses psychological flexibility to help individuals deal with difficult thoughts and feelings effectively. It encourages acceptance of our internal experiences and commitment to actions that enrich our lives, thereby promoting mental well-being and resilience. Acceptance and commitment therapy is a unique approach that helps individuals develop psychological flexibility, enabling them to lead a fulfilling and meaningful life. You might be wondering, why is psychological flexibility so important? Well, let's dive into that. Psychological flexibility is akin to the agility of a gymnast or the adaptability of a chameleon. It's the mental ability to adjust your thinking and behavior to the ever-changing environment around you. It's about bending and not breaking, flowing with the current instead of against it. Like an oak tree that bends in the wind to avoid snapping, psychological flexibility helps us to adapt to life's storms. It allows us to change our approach when circumstances shift, to let go of what isn't working and try something new. This adaptability is crucial in a world that is constantly evolving and changing. Moreover, psychological flexibility plays a significant role in reducing stress and improving mental health. It's the key to resilience, helping us bounce back from adversity. When we're psychologically flexible, we're better equipped to handle life's ups and downs. We can accept what we can't change, focus on what we can, and move forward. Research has shown that psychological flexibility is linked to lower levels of anxiety, depression, and stress. It's associated with better work performance, improved relationships, and overall well-being. It allows us to be in the moment, to accept our feelings without judgment, and to take action based on our values, not our fears or insecurities. In the context of acceptance and commitment therapy, psychological flexibility is the ultimate goal. It's about learning to accept our thoughts and feelings, to commit to what matters to us, and to take action to create a meaningful life. Psychological flexibility is not about ignoring our problems or denying our pain. It's about facing our challenges head-on, with openness and willingness. It's about choosing our responses, rather than reacting impulsively or automatically. Psychological flexibility is a vital tool in navigating the turbulent seas of life, helping us stay afloat amidst the waves of change. So, how can one cultivate this invaluable skill of psychological flexibility, you might ask? Well, there are several ways to develop this crucial capacity, and they're all interconnected. Let's start with mindfulness. Mindfulness is about being present, fully engaged with whatever we're doing at the moment, free from distraction or judgment, and aware of our thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. This allows us to respond to our circumstances instead of simply reacting to them. Next, we delve into acceptance. Acceptance in this context does not mean resignation or defeat. Instead, it's about embracing reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. It's about acknowledging our feelings, thoughts, and experiences without trying to change, suppress, or avoid them. By accepting our present state, we can better navigate our life's ebbs and flows. Now, onto cognitive diffusion. This is a technique that helps us step back from our thoughts and see them for what they are, mere products of our mind, not concrete reality. Cognitive diffusion allows us to observe our thoughts without getting entangled in them, reducing their impact and influence over us. Finally, we have values-based actions. This means acting in ways that are consistent with our personal values, regardless of the thoughts or feelings that may arise. It's about making choices based on what truly matters to us, rather than being driven by our momentary thoughts or feelings. Each of these techniques feed into each other, creating a cycle of psychological flexibility. Mindfulness allows for acceptance, which in turn fosters cognitive diffusion, and all these together enable us to act according to our values. It's like weaving a tapestry, with each strand contributing to the overall design. But how do I start, you may wonder? Well, like any other skill, cultivating psychological flexibility begins with practice. Start small. Practice mindfulness for a few minutes each day. Gradually learn to accept your thoughts and feelings and try to observe them without judgment. And slowly align your actions with your values. Remember, cultivating psychological flexibility is a journey, not a destination. It requires practice and patience. To wrap up, let's revisit the key points we've discussed today. We began our journey by introducing the concept of psychological flexibility. It's a dynamic process that involves being present fully in the moment, changing or persisting in behavior in the pursuit of goals and values. It's not about being unchanging or rigid, but rather about being adaptable, open and aware, capable of navigating life's ebbs and flows with grace and resilience. We then delved into acceptance and commitment therapy, or ACT, a form of cognitive behavioral therapy that uses mindfulness and behavioral activation to increase psychological flexibility. ACT is not about eliminating difficult feelings, rather, it's about finding a way to live a meaningful life while accepting the pain that inevitably comes with it. It encourages us to embrace our thoughts and feelings rather than fighting or feeling guilty for them. The importance of psychological flexibility cannot be overstated. It helps us to better cope with life's adversities, reduces stress, anxiety, and depression, and enhances overall mental well-being. It's the key to resilience, to bouncing back from life's challenges, and to living a life that's true to your values, even when things get tough. Finally, we explored how to cultivate this crucial skill. From practicing mindfulness to defining personal values, from accepting our emotions to taking committed action, there are concrete steps we can take to enhance our psychological flexibility. It's a lifelong journey, not a destination, and every step we take, no matter how small, brings us closer to living a more fulfilling, resilient life. In the grand scheme of life, psychological flexibility is your compass, guiding you through the rough terrains of life towards a path of resilience and overall well-being. Remember, it's not about avoiding the storm, but learning how to dance in the rain. Embrace the journey, engage fully in the present, and keep moving forward, guided by your values and the willingness to accept what life throws at you.